Alright guys, welcome back to month 2 of the challenge. If you watched my first video, you know exactly how it started. Building from a smaller base, focusing on consistency, execution, and just letting the strategy plays out. So let's talk about month 2. First off, we actually managed to push the account to a high of 4,455, which is really a solid milestone. And funnily enough, this happened during a period where I was not even fully focused on trading. I was overseas, traveling with my wife around China, just exploring, enjoying the scenery, disconnecting just a little bit, and that's where things get interesting. During those 11 days overseas, I only took 3 trades. Just 3. 2 losses, 1 win. And that 1 win was a home run trade. That single trade alone brought in over 6R. And at that point in time, we were risking around $200 per trade on a 3K account. And that translates to roughly 34% gain, pushing the account all the way up to 4,455 balance. Now think about that. 11 days, only 3 trades, still hitting a new equity high. That tells you something very important. When I'm overseas, I naturally become more patient. I'm not glued to the charts. I'm not forcing trades. I'm not trying to make something happen. Instead, what I do is very simple. I set alerts at my A plus zone. So if price comes there, I look. If it doesn't, I don't care. And that's it. No chasing, no overtrading, no emotional entries. And ironically, that's when performance is at its best. Let's talk about the winning trade. Okay. The key trade was Euro USD. The overall idea was very straightforward. We were sitting at a daily resistance zone, so my bias was clear. I'm looking for short opportunity only, right? Not the first attempt, loss. First attempt was a loss because it actually made all-time high again, and same for my pound USD concurrently, it's also a loss. Now, this is where most traders break. They started to doubt their idea. They flip bias, they revenge trade, right? But for me, the thesis was still intact. Why? Because even though the price made a new high, we were still respecting the higher time frame resistance zone. Structure wasn't broken on the higher time frame. So instead of giving up, I waited. So the second attempt, what I needed was a confirmation. And that came in the form of a break in a lower structure, right? Break in lower structure over here, showing that price was finally preparing to make a move lower. And that's all things change. Okay, so I actually shorted here. So let's shorted here. And that trade itself, together with the pyramid I did subsequently when the price was telling me it's right, brings me back to around 6R. Now here's the honest part. After I came back to Singapore, things changed. I started getting a bit more impatient, started looking at charts more frequently, started anticipating instead of reacting, and it led to taking trades that were not A plus setup. A very clear example is again on Pound USD. Right? I took the same idea looking for longs because it actually hit some support zone. I took it 4 times and all 4 are losses. Same idea, weaker confirmation. Same bias, but forcing execution. And here's the painful part. After losing for 4 times, the 5th trade was actually a home run setup. But we missed this 5th trade. Perfect structure, perfect timing, perfect condition, but I miss it. And just like this, with executing bad trades and missing the winning one, our account is back down to around 3,194, approximately 60% gain from the original $2,000 starting balance. Now, if we have caught that 5th trade, we would have recovered all the 4 losses and push the account to the $5,000 and be sitting at a new all-time high again. But we didn't. And that's just variance. Sometimes you get the good side of it, sometimes you get the bad side of it. This time we got the bad side of it. You can call it bad luck, but it's part of the game. This month really highlights something important. It's not about how many trades you take, how active you are, how hard you try. It's about execution quality, patience, sticking to A+ setup only. When I was overseas, I'm relaxed, detached, selective, so the performance peaked. When I came back, I'm patient, I'm slightly forcing trades, dropping the standards, and the performance dropped. So the same strategy, same market, but different mindset. So for the month 3, the focus is very simple. Go back to what works. We set alert, we wait for A+ setup, we accept fewer trades. Let the edge play out over time, because at the end of the day, this is a probability game. And even we are on the wrong side of the variance now, as long as we stay consistent with the process, the result will show. The results will follow. Alright, that's it for month 2. If you guys are following the journey, stay tuned, because month 3 is where we will refine and execute better. And as always, trade safe.